Hey guys, Kelly Worden here with my good friend and student, Belton Lubas. We're going to talk a little bit about the Worden Legacy. Any questions that you specifically have?
Can you let people know where that inspiration comes from? Why do you call it legacy?
Sure. Well, wow, that's a great story. You know, years ago, 2001, July, actually on my birthday. Wow, that's an emotional thing. I was with Professor Presas. It was a month before he died, almost to the date. Anyway, with Roland Dantes, and we were a professor in the care facility. And, you know, nobody actually told Professor he was going to pass away or he was going to die. I was actually warned, don't tell Professor we don't want him to be depressed. How about don't tell Professor because we don't want him to get his affairs in order. That's how I really perceive it. But hey, we won't go there. Bless his soul, bless his heart, bless his gift that he gave so many people. But, you know, I'm sitting there and he goes, you know, I brought him some Hawaiian shirts and shorts. And, oh my gosh, it's like it's my birthday. And I goes, well, yeah, I mean, your birthday's my birthday's yours. And then I said to him, oh, you know, I got cupcakes and table dancers coming later. And he was like, what? Oh my God, if you do like that and the nurses find out, you will be in trouble. And I was like, no, I'm not going to be in trouble. I'm going to tell them that you ordered the table dancers, I ordered the cupcakes. And he's like, oh my God, well then I'll be in trouble. And he actually got excited about that. You could see his like a little shimmer in his eye and sparkle there. I think Professor just enjoyed being in trouble. And maybe that's why we got along as good as we did. But there was a kid named Pip there, and he was from the Filipino community, and he didn't speak very good English, but he knew what the word trouble was. And so I kind of joked, and I says, nah, Professor, we'll just say that Pip ordered the table dancers. He goes, oh my God, then Pip would be in trouble. And Pip just freaked out, man. He goes, no, I don't want to. I don't want to be in trouble. I will have to go back to the Philippines and live in the nipa hut. And, you know, I sometimes have to sleep with the pigs. And Professor's like, no, calm down. Datu is only kidding. He is only kidding. And Roland Dantes assured him that and kind of laughed. And so, you know, that was a beautiful moment. And there's a Presas legacy that a lot of you may have seen or haven't seen, but it was a handmade piece of Damascus I had received from Devin Thomas, famous Damascus maker. And I was new in my knife making skill sets. I still am compared to some of the great makers out there. But I handmade this knife, and beautiful design, very Filipino in feeling and movement and appearance. And I said, hey, Professor, here's your knife. This is your knife. Well, thank you. I'll take that. No, you don't understand. This is your knife. I made this for you. This is going to be your knife. And, oh, what should we call it? And it had a back edge. I should have the original one out here, but we're talking about mine. But nonetheless, it's a great story, and I want to share it. It had a clip point similar to this, more extreme. And so he says, Balintawak. Or no, not Balintawak, I'm sorry. Baliktaran. Back to back. And Roland Dantes kind of, oh, well, Professor, in the Philippines, they have movies, and they are X-rated movies, and they call them Baliktaran. And I won't go into why or what other aspect of those movies, but yeah, X-rated. So Roland's like, maybe not. And Professor goes, okay, doblada, double, cut twice. And I was like, that would be cool. And then I was like, that is cool. I says, how about the Presas legacy? My God, you would do like that? And I said, sure, I think that's a great idea. I said, Professor, you know, like I said, he didn't know he was going to pass away, and I didn't want to be the one to break that news. So I says, you know, Professor, steel outlives us all in 100 years. My knife, the Wartac, it will be here, and your knife, the Presas legacy, it will be here too. They will say, oh, look at those knives. They are beautiful. that man there was an innovator. I said, so in 100 years, your knife will still be attributed to your fame and your accomplishments and your contributions to martial arts worldwide. So yeah, it was a really emotional moment. It was all I could do to pry it out of his hands before the day was over, because there was only one. And I told him I had to make more and duplicate it. And as soon as the production versions were available, and I made them strictly in Damascus and had them made strictly in Damascus, that I would bring him back one, and he could have that one. He could have the original again. So anyway, that's the Presas legacy. And here in the last 2011, I was in a pretty bad motorcycle accident. You know, Harley didn't come out too bad, but human body against truck don't come out as well. And for 3 years, I was pretty much pushed against the wall as far as trying to teach and recover and try to get things repaired. And I'm not a believer in cutting my body up, so I avoided surgery as long as I possibly could. Tried natural healing, things just didn't work. And so I had my hands done and surgery on them. And then in 2014, May, I was driving along. It was a beautiful day like it is today. First beautiful day of spring, and the sun was shining. I took the top off the Jeep, and wow, I look in my rearview mirror, I'm going 5 miles an hour, and here comes a guy going 35. Not really paying attention. I could see in the rearview mirror that he was texting or changing DVDs or something, and I just freaked out. And before I could do anything, he rammed into me, broke the seat back of my Jeep, and put me into oncoming traffic. I was sideswiped, and then I went head on into a brand new Mazda. Poor guy, we were this close. The Jeep front end is very short, and the Mazda front end is very short. And bam, the airbags go off, and we're both looking at each other going, oh shit, you know, probably with a little bit more, you know, expression. But yeah, I couldn't get out of the Jeep, and next thing you know, wham. And as things, wow, accidents, physical pain, things like that, leads to a lot of decision making. And at that point in time, I decided it was time to actually pass my art down, or at least name some of the significant individuals who would carry on my legacy as well.